What do we have here? A new gun. Oh, I'm so excited about this. So, I've been gone a few weeks. I took a little break from filming. Honestly, I just quit caffeine and I lost all motivation to do anything in life. But I'm back and I bought a bunch of guns. But this gun is special. Let's take a look at it. New favorite gun? Absolutely. Check this thing out here. And what is it, you might ask? Well, it's a pretty rare caliber, but check out the figuring on this stock here. Man, I have a thing for guns with fancy wood stocks, and this just might be the fanciest wood stock gun I've ever had. I had a gun kind of similar to this, not quite as fancy, probably 5 or 10 years ago, and I sold it, and I've regretted it every day since. So this one's here to stay. Now, what is it? This is probably, well, quite possibly the finest example left of what is a Sheridan Silver Streak. It's a pretty unique gun. This one was made in 1972. When people say they don't make them like they used to, this is what they mean. This thing is just absolutely beautiful. Well, let's see if it shoots. This gun's a 20 caliber, which is pretty much right in between 177 and 22 caliber. This is a pretty heavy pellet for these guns. This is like a 15 point something grain pellet. But eight pumps, that's the max charge on this thing. Look at the sights there. So, what did I pay for this gun? Well, I kind of got in a bidding war with this. There's been very few things in my life where I was willing to pay whatever it took to get it, and this was one of those things because it's quite possibly the finest example left on the planet, especially with a stock like this. So, what was I willing to pay? Well, the answer is pretty much whatever it took. I max bid like 3,000 bucks for this thing. I got it for less than that, thank goodness, but I would have paid 5. I mean, it's priceless. All right, let's see if I can find a target here to shoot at. All right, I found a worthy target. Just an old sunscreen bottle here. I'm gonna go put it on that hill and we'll see if it'll go through it. Safety. Now, I've already shot it a couple times. This thing is absolutely sighted in perfectly. I've actually never had a gun that came already sighted in this perfect. Whoever had it before me definitely took extremely good care of this, and they knew how to put the sights on. All right, if y'all can see that bottle there. Smoked it. All right, there's the entrance. There's the exit. Went straight through it. Let's back up there about 50 yards and see if we can hit it from back there. Now, this gun is certainly not crazy powerful by any means, but it's just an awesome piece of craftsmanship. This is back when everything made in America was great. This is probably made in the prime of American manufacturing. So power-wise, it's probably good up to maybe a raccoon with a headshot, maybe a small fox. It's definitely gonna be a small game getter. Rabbits, squirrels, birds, this is perfect. All right, it's like right there on the top of that dirt mound. Let's see if we can hit it. First try. Whew. Man, she's deadly accurate. I grew up with one of the pump Benjamins in my hand pretty much my whole life. This is just like a nicer version of it, essentially. Oh yeah, and just a little sneak peek here. I've also acquired a pistol version of it, but that's for another video. Let's go out and see if we can get us some dinner with this thing. Maybe we can get a collared dove, a squirrel, maybe a rabbit, I don't know. Let's go hunting. Seeing quite a few dove flying already. Let's go see what we can find. I'm pretty sure I can hit a squirrel in the head with this thing out to 35 or 40 yards, no problem. But I should be able to get closer than that. All right, guys, I'm headed back down where there's some bigger trees. There's a lot of squirrels in this area, so I'm gonna go try and set the deer blind and we'll see what comes in here. I'm sure we'll get something. There's been a bunch of squirrels hitting these deer feeders here, and well, they're pretty destructive and they just happen to taste really good, so let's see how the 20 caliber Sheridan Silver Streak performs on a squirrel. This is really what I bought this thing for, was just to look at and a squirrel hunt with. I think 20 caliber is the perfect caliber for squirrels, but we're gonna sit here a few hours and see what comes in. And be sure you stick around, because if we get something, we're gonna cook it up for dinner. All right, now we wait. Did I spend too much on this gun? Absolutely. But this thing is definitely a heirloom quality, and this will probably be the last gun I ever sell. So probably never. I'll probably die with this gun. All right, I've been here about 2 hours. We've got a squirrel coming into the feeder right now. Safety's off. Let's see if I can get him to hold still. I'm gonna try and take a headshot on him. Here we go. That's the angle I was looking for. Yes. Perfect shot. Oh, that pellet went right where I was aiming. Oh, instant death. Man, this thing has quite a bit of power, surprisingly, but all right. Let's go check them out. This is actually a pretty good sized male squirrel for this region here. Guys, I honestly do not think it gets more fun than out hunting small game with a pellet gun, especially an old vintage pellet gun like this. I mean, this could be the first piece of game this rifle's taken in 40 or 50 years. Never know. But I'm not one for hanging guns on walls. I like to get out and use them, so we're gonna be using this thing quite a bit. But let's get our squirrel right there ready to cook up for dinner. Ha. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and cook them out here because we're a pretty good ways from the cabin here. So got my my frying pan, some fuel. I could build a fire, but it's pretty dry out here right now and I really don't want to chance it. Huh, I'm glad I remembered to bring a knife. Burner. Most importantly, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here. Okay, actually, most importantly, a little bit of seasoning. And I got a little spatula. I'm gonna go ahead and get him processed and I'll be back when it's a little less bloody. All right, so here's the meat. This is food. People at YouTube don't really know where food comes from, but this is where it comes from. They won't let me show it, but I use the pull skin method where it pulls the whole case of the squirrel off, but try to minimize on the hair. On squirrels, you're always gonna have hair. Try to do the best you can. All right, I think I'm gonna quarter them up here. Got the oil heating up. Gonna fry them up. All right, and here's my lunch. I'm just gonna cook the front half of them. I'm gonna save the other half for later. Oil's nice and hot. I hear it popping there, but this is just salt, pepper, and garlic here. Whew. Perfect. Already smells good. That shouldn't take too long. Now, why squirrel tastes so good, I do not know, but squirrel's my favorite meat. I'll take this over pretty much anything. But my theory on why they taste so good is, I think it's because they pretty much live on pecans. Pecans taste good, taste like what they eat. I mean, squirrels typically eat clean. The ones do around here, at least. If you've never tried it, it's a great meat. All right, it's just about done here. Smelling good. All right, I reckon that's done. Let's give it a try. Got a quail right here calling. Man, I'm ready for quail season. This thing's gonna do some work on them, that's for sure. That's what it's all about right there. Coming out here in nature and seeing if she'll provide. And she always does. It's basically like a chicken wing, the size at least, but looks good. Smells good. Let's try it out. Absolutely. Does not get any better than that. right, guys, that's it for today's video. I'm gonna head back out and see what I can get. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.